we have to understand that we're bringing two professions together. One is the veterinary profession and the other one is the chiropractic profession. So we focus on both because both professions have some very important knowledge and both professions lack other knowledge or other wisdom. So obviously what we focus on as chiropractic is philosophy, is art, and science. We work on these 3 points. The philosophy in my school is very important because that is really the base of what we are doing. There are chiropractors out there, and it's in the human chiropractic like that, and the animal chiropractic also, who really stay very focused on the biomechanical. What is okay? But if we have the tools, if we can focus on the energy and on the structure, on the materia, we can get so much further. So really that new paradigm, it's not a new paradigm, it's an old paradigm, but let's say the paradigm of health, that really is the most important thing that we want to focus on. It is very important in our school. So it's about the innate intelligence, universal intelligence, the possibility of the body to totally heal itself, to recover, to be in maximum health when there is no interference, when the spine is aligned. So obviously the philosophy is very important for us. Then the science is very important because you would think different, but the veterinarians who come to the postgraduate, they're like, what the hell is this anatomy? Because they've never really seen it. Applied anatomy hasn't been taught in medicine, in medical school. It's more of a topographical, descriptive anatomy. And in chiropractic, we really bring it to life. We really apply it to the animal and apply it to what we're doing. So that is really beautiful. So we really work on the anatomy because the anatomy is fundamental in chiropractic. We work on the spine, so we really need to be experts of the anatomy. And even though I have human chiropractors, they sometimes are like, whoa, this is really weird because the animal is facing down, let's say it like that. The facet joints are different, the biomechanics are different, because obviously the animal moves in a very different way as the human being. So for chiropractors and for vets, sometimes that can be even a little bit challenging. We work very deeply on biomechanics, mostly because apart from working with older animals who need to recover, the world of animal chiropractic is really stepping into athletes in sports, right? So we have sports dogs, agility dogs, and so many students of mine work with agility dogs. And we have the horses, and horses are athletes. So whether it's jumping, whether it's dressage, whether it's racing, we really have to have these bodies fine-tuned because it's just one, let's say one small subluxation between an L4 and an L5 can make the difference in a horse between winning the race or being second. And obviously, sadly enough, there is a lot of money issues that come in there, but people are starting to understand that apart from the money part, apart from the financial part, the health of the animal is so important. And they start to be able to see both together. And with chiropractic, we can have so much like miraculous boom, and the horse is better or the dog is better, much more than in humans, because humans are like, this can't be real. But they're so clear, they're so pure in their body that they get there. Apart from that, we work on neurology. Very important part, neurology. It's mostly also, again, for the veterinarians, because veterinarians know pathological neurology more than functional neurology. Yeah. And so when we start working on functional neurology, there's a whole new world that is opening. And even for chiropractors too, because like we have to do our neurological exam totally different, and the animal reacts totally different on that. So you can really compare it a little bit with a baby, but then also not, because it's a huge animal, or it's a small animal, but you know what I mean, right? So that is really beautiful. And then obviously the other part is the art of chiropractic. And that's such an important part. And the art of chiropractic, we really focus a lot on that in our school, because who you are, who I am when I approach an animal is what is going to make a huge difference towards the animal. And I saw that you just had an interview with Arno, and Arno obviously is the expert who opened a lot of doors for a lot of people, saying, please seduce the body instead of acting strongly towards the body, instead of attacking the body. And that happens so often because as veterinarians, and even probably as chiropractors, obviously you're not used to being in that space with an animal, really being totally present, so that the animal can start trusting you, so that the animal can open themselves. Because we know very well, when we want to do a chiropractic adjustment, it's very important to do it at the exact moment that the body is opening up to you. So to a person, you can say, please just relax. And okay, that doesn't mean that the person will relax. But with an animal, you can't just say relax and they do so. So it depends on us to give that confidence to the animal, to give that trust, so the animal can really open up to us and show us what's going on. And the beauty also is, I'm not tall. I'm a woman. I'm not tall. I'm not a very strong person. And a lot of people say to me, "Oh my God, watch out with the horse because he's dangerous." Or, "How are you going to move all these bones because a horse weighs 500 kilos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just wait and see." And obviously, it's not about the force. It's not about that. It's not about submission. It's about coming together with the animal. It's about being present, going with that correct intention towards the animal. Say, "Hey, what do you think? Feel like a little touch?" And the animal's like, "Whoa, wait, are you not going to put a needle in my throat, in my neck or whatever? Are you not going to lift my leg and hurt my leg? And are you not going to submit me to being strong, and or to stay still?" And very often the horse just stays there. And that is so beautiful, because it's really an art. It's the art of communication. And obviously we know that in chiropractic, it's not about force. It's about knowing where the subluxation is, having that subtle finesse in your fingers, in your body, being fine-tuned to say, okay, I notice here a subtle change. Even though nobody else noticed the subtle change, I notice it, because I am an artist in touching the spine. And therefore, we really need to know ourselves very well. We need to be that perfect machine, to call it like that, or that perfect vessel to be able to connect and to really have that communion with the animal, and then obviously doing the correct adjustments. So we really want to bring in as much as possible. Therefore, the postgraduate is intense, but it's so worthwhile.
Are you allowed to take the program as a chiropractic student, or do you need to be graduated from a chiropractic program to qualify for the program that you're offering?
Well, the program that I am offering is for chiropractors who are graduated, also for students of chiropractic. They actually can start in their second year of college, but they receive their diploma, their certification, once they have their certification as a human chiropractor. So they can finish the postgraduate before they finish chiropractic school, but they cannot really work as such. They can't be certified, and also our certification associations don't allow that. But they can come in, yes. And we certainly advise students to come in, because they are in that study atmosphere. And being in that atmosphere really helps, because there is a momentum build up. Once that you're working, once that you're having your life as a chiropractor or as a veterinarian, sometimes like, okay, maybe next year, because this year I don't have time and I have to do this and that, I have to build up my practice, etc. But once that a student just takes it and can work with it through the years of study, and then starting as a human and an animal chiropractor is a big plus.
Amazing. How long is the program? How many hours is it? Where can people go to learn more about it?
Right. So the program is partially online, partially on site. It used to be all on site, but what we noticed is that giving a part online helps the students to re-study. They can go over the information once, twice, 3 times, because all the new concepts is a lot for our human brain and also for the body. It's like, okay, how do I put my body? How do I put my hands? What is all that neurology, etc.? And it goes over 8 modules. There are 8 modules of information that is sent, and it goes over more or less 6 months. And so depending on the country, because we are stabilized in Spain, in Mexico, and in Argentina, depending on when I can travel, when my assistants can travel, etc. We do an intensive part on the practical, or we do it in 3 modules. Like in Spain, for instance, it can be in 3 modules or together, and it's over a time period of 6 months. And we have live classes. We have a group, a forum group where people have to put their case studies up and all that. It's very dynamic, and really, it's amazing.